Once again, more character support that I was actually not expecting this soon, but we got support for Shin Kurosaki for his Raidraptors, and I'm so happy that they actually decided to give more Raidraptor support, even though it's only been about 2 years compared to many other archetypes that haven't got support for way longer than that, because the last support wave for Raidraptors, which was technically combined with Phantom Knights, was in Phantom Rage with Arc Rebellion. So this was actually quite a surprise to me, and this is actually directly for Raidraptors. It's not combined with Phantom Knights. So we also actually got a new Raidraptor Exceed monster, which I'm very excited about. Actually, two. But anyway, let's begin because I am very excited for the deck. So we start with the main deck still with Raidraptors Norse Lunius, which is a level 4 Dark Wind Beast with 1600 attack, 500 defense. Both effects are hard ones per turn. The first one is during the main phase, if this card is no more special summon. During the turn, you can target one Raidraptor monster you control. Add one Raidraptor monster with a different level from your deck to your hand. So for this effect, I have one little tiny gripe, is the part where you have to target one Raidraptor monster you control, so you could add one with a different level. Now I don't mind the searching, and you can technically target an Exceed monster, so you could add another level 4. But here's the thing, majority of your main Raidraptors are level 4. Luckily there's a few good Raidraptors that are not level 4 that can change itself to level 4, and there's always the second effect where you can banish this card from the graveyard to increase or decrease all Raidraptor monsters level you control by 1, which does help as well. But like I said, my only gripe is the targeting a Raidraptor to add a different level from your deck, because majority of the ones that you want to run are all level 4. So if you're forced to target a level 4, that's a bit unfortunate, but overall pretty decent because it searches up your pieces, and it could always be Pain Lunius. Next, Raidraptor's Bloom Vulture, which is a level 4 Dark Wing Beast with 300 attack, 1900 defense. Both of effects are hard once per turn, and the first effect is that if you control a Wing Beast monster, you can special summon this card and one Raidraptor monster from your hand. This is overall really nice to start up your plays, but sometimes you won't have the other Raidraptor monster in your hand, but it's just overall really good because not only is special summon itself, it special summons another one, which can basically start up your plays. But the second effect is that if you control no monster, you can target 2 level 4 lower Raidraptors monsters, including itself, to special summon them both in defense. And you can only special summon dark monsters for the rest of the turn if you use any of its effects. This is just overall really good because it makes your plays basically, and it could even be your comeback play because of the second effect. And remember, Raidraptors have searching, so you can actually get the first effect off pretty consistently as well. So yes, must play this. And now to the new ultimate Raidraptor monster that I was not expecting at all. Raidraptors Rising Rebellion Falcon, which is a rank 13 Dark Wing Beast Exceed monster. You heard that right, rank 13, meaning you can only summon this with a rank up. It has 4000 attack, 3500 defense, requires 5 level 13 Wing Beast monsters, which is not going to happen because max level is 12, so you can only summon this with a rank up. If this card is Exceed summoned, you can destroy as many cards your opponent controls as possible. Then, if you have 3 or more Raidraptor Exceed monsters with different name as material, which will happen through Exceed changing, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's total original attack. So basically, you Exceed summon this, you nuke your opponent's board, and you can still attack during the turn. But if you manage to do multiple Exceed changes during that same turn for that monster, well, you also burn your opponent. The nuke part is pretty much guaranteed to happen. It's the part where burning your opponent that might not be guaranteed because it needs 3 different name Exceed monsters. But anyway, it's also unaffected by card effects, which is going to be a huge body. But the third effect can be very nasty because once per turn you can detach 3 materials from this card, then target 1 Raidraptor Exceed monster from your graveyard, and this card gets its original effect of that monster until the end of the turn. Basically, it's another Star Venom situation where it gains one of your monster effects. Now, detaching 3 materials from this card can be a little costly because that is quite a lot. Yes, you can always just summon a rank 4 and then use Phantom Knight's Force to basically just summon this card because you can banish 9 monsters in your graveyard, which does build up pretty easily just to summon this. And of course, summoning this for the nuke and unaffected by card effects for being a big body is already nice enough. Although staying a 4k brick wall on the field is probably not the best entire idea considering that you have other things that you can activate for more stuff. So this third effect is actually kind of nice that you get other monster effects, which can still finish off your opponent by the way, because your nasty Raidraptor effects are in the main small Exceed monsters. Some of my personal favorite targets for this, if you manage to not be able to nuke your opponent's board, is Revolution Falcon, Rise Falcon, Blaze Falcon, and probably even Arsenal Falcon. Because let's just say those effects are going to be very nasty. Now, probably if you're going to be using it as a first effect, it's probably going to be Arsenal Falcon if you still have those materials, because Arsenal Falcon is going to give you multi-attack. It might even be Ultimate Falcon sometimes, because Ultimate Falcon just burns your opponent at the end phase. But I have to say this third effect is more so like an emergency usage if you need it. But still overall pretty good. And as for the artwork, it looks like a combination of both Rise Falcon, Ultimate Falcon, with some Dark Rebellion aesthetic on it. But that's just me, I might be missing other stuff on this monster. Next, Raidraptor Brave Strix, which is a rank 5 Dark Wing Beast Exceed monster with 2000 attack, 2500 defense, and I'm going to presume this is the evolved form of Y Strix. Requires 2 level 5 monsters, and each of effects are both hard once per turn. So first off, the first effect is that you can detach 1 material from this card to set 1 Raidraptor spell and trap from your deck. The second effect is that if this card has a Winged Beast monster as material, you can detach 1 material from this card to add 1 rank up magic spell from your deck to your hand. And then the third one, a Raidraptor Exceed monster that has this card as material gets this effect. Gains 100 attack equal to its own rank times 100. First off, being a rank 5, it isn't hard to summon because you can always use a rank up magic, or 2, you have level up manipulation for Raidraptors, so just using the 2 materials is doable. And there's always Raider's Knight as an option, because Raider's Knight is still technically Raidraptors that can basically rank itself up to a dark monster, which is a rank 4, and this is going to be a rank 5. So you do have multiple options to summon this card. And I have to say this is pretty decent because most of the time you're going to be using your Force Strix to search up your monsters, so just having other ways to search other things is pretty nice. Setting your spells and traps is pretty nice, and especially your rank up magic. Sure, you can't use the first and second effect at the same turn, but you have options. Most of the time it's going to be the rank up. And now to the new spells. Rise Rank Up Magic Raidraptor Force, which is a quick play and you can only activate 1 of these per turn. During either main phase or your opponent's battle phase, target 2 or more Raidraptor Exceed monsters you control and or in your graveyard, including 1 on the field. Special summon from your extra deck 1 Raidraptor Exceed monsters whose ranks are equal to the total ranks of the monsters. If you do, attach those monsters as a material. Basically, you're doing like a cross Exceed summon. You're going to be summoning multiple Raidraptor monsters from your graveyard along with having 1 on the field. Add them up to summon your basically big boss monster from your extra deck. This actually kind of makes it easy to summon basically your rank 10 and higher. Now I will have to say, since most of them are going to start off with level 4, you're going to probably have 3 rank 4s ready just to summon a rank 12, so get that Final Fortress Falcon ready. But the rank 5 is also pretty easy to get out, so just get 2 rank 4s with 1 rank 5 equals to rank 13, and then you get your rank 13 Rising Rebellion Falcon. Because that's what this card seems to be made for, because you get 3 materials for that card to detach 3 materials, just so you can make not only your big nuke with burn, but also get 1 of your nasty effects. But overall, it's a pretty good comeback card in some cases. Unfortunately, that you still have to target 1 on the field, because if you don't have 1 on the field, this card can be dead draw. But luckily, it's searchable, so it's not hard to actually get this off. Next, for a continuous spell, Raidraptor Boosts. Both effects are hard ones per turn. The first one is if a Raidraptor monster is special summoned from the extra deck to the field, you can add 1 Raidraptor spell or trap from your deck to your hand except itself, which is of course very helpful because you're going to be searching out your pieces. But the second effect is that you can target 3 Raidraptor monsters that are banished and or in your graveyard, put them to the bottom deck in any order and draw a card. This is very helpful because Raidraptors go through their deck very fast of monsters, and just being able to recycle them can be pretty nice. Yes, you do need graveyard setup in some cases, but considering that you're going to go through your deck really fast, this second effect can be very helpful because you kind of need the recycling at times, and I have faced a situation where I need the Pot of Avarice. And it's also nice that you can also use your banish ones as well, because you're going to be banishing through your rank of magics. So yes, overall this card is just really good. Finally, Raidraptor's Barrage, or Glorious Bright, which is basically Ultimate Falcon's attack, and the artwork kind of shows it. Final Glorious Pride. But anyway, it's a normal trap and you can only use 1 of its 2 effects per turn. The first effect is that if you control a Raidraptor monster, target 1 face-up card your opponent controls negates the effect. Unless you control a Raidraptor Exceed monster, you can only target monsters. I say this part can be pretty nice just to do some monster effect negations, but it is a trap, but it is also very searchable, as you can see through your Raidraptor, so this might actually be worth running. But the second effect is that you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Raidraptor monster that is banished or in your graveyard and add it back to your hand, which can be also very nice to do just some recycling plays. Overall, it's not too bad to tech in. So that's it for the new Raidraptor support. What do you guys think of it? Overall, I'm just so happy and excited. Not only that we got Raidraptor support quite fast, actually, we also got a new actual Raidraptor Exceed monster that we didn't really get from Phantom Rage. And a rank 13 was something I did not expect at all. I was expecting a rank 9, but not a rank 13. It's just going to be more fun for my deck, and I just love the new support. And Shun is one of my favorite characters, and I am just so glad he's getting more love. But on that, that's it for this, and see you all next time.